Greetings from the Eccentric Man. Today we've got a game against one of my friends, Andy. He hasn't played for a long time, used to do a bit of wargaming way back. Bumped into him in the shops and got chatting, and he's got himself a bolt action army. He's painted up a British army, so I've put together a German to play him. It's his first game today, so we're just going to run through the rules and see what we've got. I've put down a selection of terrain, some ruins, some trees, some fields and walls, just to give an idea of what's there for cover and line of sight. My army, I've sort of tried to mix it up, dropped out some of the bits within it. What we've got is a first lieutenant, a sniper, veteran sniper, medic. First unit there is a HERE infantry unit, 2 assault rifles, but the rest are just rifles. LMG for the, not an LMG, submachine gun for the NCO. The next rank behind them is a paratrooper unit, and that's got 2 LMGs and the rest are rifles. Then I've got 2 paratrooper squads, which have got 2 assault rifles in there. NCOs have got submachine guns, and they've got 2 Panzerfausts each. Onto the vehicles, I've got a Stug 3G. I decided to take that rather than the Panzer 4 because that was the Tiger Fear issue, and I thought I'd just take the Stug instead. I've got the 222 light auto cannon, a medium mortar, and a 250 with the MMG. So that's the Germans. Once Andy's arrived, we'll go through his army.
Starting in the middle, got a regular lieutenant with 1 guy with him, both armed with submachine guns. We've got our artillery observer, borrowed figure. Need to get mine painted up. Then I have 4 squads of infantry, 8 men strong, 2 LMGs, sorry, 1 LMG each group, 2 SMGs, the rest with rifles. I have 1 medium machine gun team, 1 PIAT team, 1 sniper team, 1 flamethrower team, 1 medium mortar with a spotter, 6-pounder gun, an AEC Mark III with a 75mm gun, and the Churchill 6 with a 75mm gun.
That's quite a good roll, isn't it?
11 units, and that's 1244 points.
Pretty good. Spike's just working out which is his best side. So we've done the initial deployment. We're doing elimination. So I have my mortar observer behind the bit of wall on the hill, and the British mortar man is behind there. The off-board artillery spotter is there. The sniper is hiding behind the little wall there, and mine is in the ruins here. So we're going to have a sniper off, I would imagine, at the beginning of this game as the dice come through. So we've decided we're just going to run the dice out of the bag as it is. There's Andy.
Yeah.
And it'll just be straightforward, no reserves, everything's coming on first wave, no outflanks, so we're just going to bring everything on and shoot each other's units, which seems always a good ploy. So first couple of turns out, the first dice I took out was my Fallschirmjäger unit here, which I moved on, and then Spike countered with his British unit on the far side over there, and then I remembered that we do actually have snipers, so I've got a sniper here and Spike's got a sniper there. And I should really have used my dice at the beginning to shoot a sniper. So I had the third dice out, so I'm going to take a shot at the sniper this time around. And it is going to be within 30, whatever it is. Yep.
Yeah, within 19.
Within 19. So what we need is a dice. So it's 3s to hit. Snipers ignore cover, and That's about it, really. So that's a 3.
Tricky.
Do they get affected by a small team? I haven't played Snipers for ages. So I've had a quick check, and it ignores all minus, all negative modifiers except the pins, but I haven't got one of those. So, needing a 3. Yep, so what are the 3? And then veteran or regular.
Regular.
So that would be a 4 to kill then. That's a 4.
Regular.
That's a 4. Sadly, as it's a sniper,
Yep.
it always does exceptional and chooses which one. So your sniper's dead.
Righty-ho.
So we decided to deploy some of the troops out. We've got the Felstrom Jaegers over on this side and a British squad that have come on over there. More the here moving to the flank to perhaps deal with these ones that have come on. I've brought on the 222, and the 222 is going to take a shot. Where are they? At the British who are over there. I've looked through the gap and I can see more of them than not, so there's no cover for them. How far away is that one in Spike? I reckon it's going to be at least 30 inches.
From the gunboat.
Yeah.
27 to the middle.
27, right, so it's long range is 48. It's light auto cannon, so I'm going to fire high explosive. So it's a 1-inch template. So I've moved, which is a 4, long range 5. So because it's a light auto cannon, it gets 2 shots. 2 twos. So doesn't. With the 222 coming on, Spike's brought on the AEC, and he's going to take a shot. Moved as a 4. It's got a heavy anti-tank gun, hasn't it?
75.
75. Medium.
I haven't written down what.
I think that's possibly medium then. But if it's a medium, I'm trying to think what range it has.
Medium anti-tank gun.
Medium anti-tank, so it's going to be 72 inches. As long, 72 is long. Right at the back, in the little bits. So long range is 60 inches, so measure it out and see where you are, because you might just be over half range.
28.
28, so
28.
within half range, so you don't get a -1 for that. So moved 4, hard cover 6 needed, because you're firing through the ruins.
Yep.
Nope, got a 1. End of turn 1, and I had the penultimate dice out, so I had to bring on the Stug. So I've just moved him up behind the ruin, and then Spike has countered with his Churchill on the far side there, and that's on there. So the only deading that we've had, you're still 1 dice short. Your your artillery observer needs a dice. You know your free one?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need another
I
dice.
need another dice, right.
Just going to go back and get another dice. So we worked out that Spike hadn't put a dice in for his artillery observer. So we did that, and so that was the last dice out. So I've recommended that he puts it just there. If he gets a roll at the first turn, I could be in serious trouble with that little clump of units. But there we go, that's how it runs. So we're going to put all the dice back in and we'll run on it. First blood was the sniper that's dead. British sniper gone. Got the little half track running across on the outflank there, on the other flank. A little bit dark, that's a bit better, we can see a little bit there. And lots of British troops over there. 2 sections and mortar team. 6-pounder behind the hill, behind the fence, sorry, or the wall, and a machine gun next to it, and then the artillery observer next to that. So yeah, looking good. 3 delayed. So one would be it would be a random direction 12 inches, 2, 3 is delayed, and 4, 5 or 6 would be incoming. So I've been lucky. So with that fortunate bit of luck that it didn't come down and it's been delayed, I've moved up the 222 and he's going to take a shot at the infantry squad. I'm a little bit at risk there, but I am getting a bit of hard cover from the AEC and also from the 6-pounder anti-tank. So it gives me a little bit of a leeway, I'm hoping. But we're going to take a shot with the 222 at the infantry unit. So I've moved is a 4 and I'm under half range, so it's just 4s on the dice. So I've got 1 hit and 1 miss. So that's the 1-inch template on the unit. So I've had a look and we can get 3 under one of the templates. So it's they're regulars, so it's a 4.
Yep.
It's a HE, 1-inch HE, so it's a -1. So it goes down to 3s to kill. 2. Where are the other dice? Yep, just 2. And then we'll roll to see how many pins. 2 pins. Let's look in. Andy was wondering whether to advance up the AEC to get in a better position of firing. With these buildings where you've got the with the ruins, where you've got the footprint of the whole of the terrain piece, that is the hard cover. So to come up to get in a position which well, he can move far enough to negate the hard cover, and if he did, he would have got +1 for moving. So he's within half range of the AEC anyway. So if he just sits there, whereas he needed a 6 last turn, it's just a 5 this turn. So roll away and see if we can get a 5.
6.
Yeah, that's a 6, so that's a hit. So the medium anti-tank gun is a 5.
Yep.
The little armoured car, that'd be on his front, is an 8, I think. Let's have a quick look. It could even be a 7. Let's have a quick... Yep, no, it's a 7 for the armoured car. So we're on a 5, so 2 to glance, 3 to penetrate.
3.
3 penetrates. So we roll 1d6.
Six.
And that's a big explosion.
Sounds good to me.
That's 1, a 2, 2, 2. Dead, dead, dead. Right, I've moved the Stug into the hard cover to take a shot at the Churchill. Churchill?
Churchill.
Churchill. I always get them confused. So it's going to take a shot at the Churchill, and it's going through the footprint of the ruins, so that'll be hard cover. So I've moved 4. Hard cover takes it up to 6. It's a heavy anti-tank, so it's got 72-inch range, so I'm within 36 inches. I would hazard a guess from the gun to that. So it's going to be a 6 needed to actually hit it. So it's a bit harsh. So let's have a look, see what we get.
1.
A 1, so that's not going to be good. Not going to be good enough. The next dice out, surprisingly enough, was British. So the Churchill is going to have a shot at the Stug. It's going to be stationary. It's a medium gun, so better have a measure. You're probably within 30 there, aren't you?
27 from barrel to body.
Yeah, so you're in okay. So so you haven't moved, so that's a 3. It's going to go through the hard cover, so it's 5. So a 5 needed again. 2, so it's not. Nothing hit there.
The nearest figure?
Yep.
Gun barrel is 29.
Yep, to the shield.
To the shield?
Yeah.
29.
Right, so that's okay. So you're in by an inch. So it's a 3. So then I got to make a decision whether I stay up or go down. But I think it's only going to be 2 men dead and 1 or 2 pins maximum. So I'll stay up. So you need a 3. 1. So yep, nothing hits there. So that's a reprieve. Next dice out, and that's British, and that's going to be the medium machine gun. Is going to take a shot at the Fallschirmjägers. No, not Fallschirmjägers. They're here, aren't they? Yeah. So it's over long range. So it's 4s needed. So 3 hits. They're regulars, so you need 4s to kill.
2 hits.
So 2 hits and re-roll the 6, because that could be exceptional.
Exceptional damage.
Yeah, so if you get another 6, you did. So you can, if I had a light machine gun, you could have killed the light machine gun.
Right.
But I haven't got a light machine, I've only got a NCO.
Okay.
So you can nominate the NCO,
Yeah.
and he's dead.
Yeah.
German special rule
Yeah.
is somebody steps up on a 2.
Right, okay.
So let's get my dice out.
Would it be more advantageous me taking out one of the guys carrying a...
They're not, they haven't got Panzerfaust, they're just the...
They're just...
yeah.
They're decoration.
They're decoration, those ones. So, yep, so the NCO steps up, but you killed 2, didn't you? Next dice up again is the British, and we were having a look and thinking about the mortar team, whether it was to put smoke into the centre or to target the unit that just hit by the machine gun. We had a thought about it, but if you do the smoke and you don't hit a 6, then the defending player can put it within 12 inches, anywhere within 12 inches, so that would probably hamper the British more than the Germans. So he's going to take a shot with the mortar team. The little observer is just there in the house, and he's going to take a mortar shot at the unit here. So needing a 6. That's a 6. So it does the template, and it's the 2-inch template?
Medium mortar, 2-inch template.
2-inch template. So it's the yeah, it's the outer one, well, the inner one there. So let's have a look. I reckon 4.
You hope?
You can't really see it under the template, but there's four peoples, and it's -2. So they're regulars at 4. So two kills. So four dice, needing 2s. And I can now do that joke. Here today, gone tomorrow. In fact, gone now. So 4 of those dead, and you've got a 6. Roll the 6 again. 4. So 4 dead. And it's a D3 pins. So if you roll your dice, and that'll be how many pins I get. So 2 pins. So that takes them up to 3 pins. And a leadership test. So they were 9s, they're now down to 6s. 7. Gone. So, yes. I thought I'd take a little bit of a risk, thinking, nah, no 6 coming up for the mortar shot straight away. Unfortunately, it did. So, bink, there goes the here unit. So another dice out. So after that, the here's gone. The next dice out is German, and I'm gonna see if I can do the same. So I'm going to take the shot with the mortar, and this time I'm going to be taking a shot at the medium anti-tank gun. I think medium anti-tank gun is a bigger threat. I think, yeah, we'll go for that. So I need a 6. A 1. Oh well, that's not going to go very far. The Fallschirmjägers into the wood. They're going to take a shot at the Piat team, I think. So it's going to be hardcover, small team. I've moved for long range 5s, hardcover 7s. At least 7s. Better just measure if you would. It's like from the unit to your Piat team. 30 inches within.
Yeah, 23 inches.
Yeah, that's okay then. Good. So we can take a little shot with those. So 6s followed by 6s. Oh, that's the first 4. No, that's none. So next dice out, after my Fallschirmjägers failed to shoot, is the British have moved up into the building, and they're going to take a shot back at the Fallschirmjägers. So they've moved, it's long range 4. and soft cover 5s.
And 3 dice in it for the Bren.
Three dice for the Bren. Any rifles within 24?
Yep. Oh, yep.
Yep.
So the loader, the Bren assistant doesn't
Bren assistant doesn't fire.
So it's 4 rifles.
Right, so you've got 3 dice for the Bren and 4 dice for the rifles.
That's 1, 2, 3 plus 4 is 7 dice. Yep.
Yep, 7 dice requiring 5s.
And what we're after?
5s.
3 hits.
So you've got 3 hits. Right, so you need 5s now with those because these are veterans.
5. 1.
Yep, 1 dead and 1 pin. Alright, so going to have to put a little bit of pressure on the British on this side, so I've moved up the half track, and the half track's going to have a shot at the people in the ruins. So it's going to be moved for hard cover 6. Could you have a quick measure, Spike, just to see the distance between the MMG and the building and the ruins?
20.
20, so that's going to be a +1, so it's going to take it to a 7, so it's 6s followed by 6s. So let's see what we get. Right, there's one possible. Let's see if we get another 6. Yep, so that's 1 hit, and we need a 4 to do some damage. Yep, so it's 1 man dead and a pin. Alright, Spike's wanting to activate the British unit here, so he's got his officer within 6. They're regulars, so they've got 2 pins. They would be on 9, down to 7 for the pins, and back up 1 with the lieutenant. So you need an 8 or less.
7.
7, so they lose 1 pin, and they can move. So they're going to move up 6 inches.
Yep.
So just on the just in the hardcover. Always when you don't think it's going to be useful videoing it, the unit that advanced up decided to take a shot with the Bren gun. So it needed 6s followed by 6s to take a shot, and it did. Was fine at the sniper unit, and they got 1 hit but failed to kill, so got 1 pin on it. I've moved up the Fallschirmjägers, and following Spike's example, I'm going to give a shot at the unit. So I've moved 4, and it's going to be hardcover 6s, and long range 6s followed by 6s. And that's 2 1s, a 2 and a 3, so nothing there for me. Right, so the unit have debussed from the 250, and they're going to take a shot at the infantry in the building. So the LMG is in half range, so it's 6s needed. So that's nice, that's 2. 4s needed.
1.
So that's 1. 1 dead and a pin. And then the rest of these are 6s followed by 6s. So possible 2. Nope, so just 1 pin and 1 man dead. So that's not bad, it's 2 pins on them for the next turn. So end of turn 2, and it's 2 versus 1 in the favour of the British. The British infantry unit have moved up to the on the hill, and the other one's in the woods, in the just on the outside of the ruins there. You've got a little team running through the middle. Another one in the unit ruins there, and this unit running up on the outside. Over on this side I've got my Fallschirmjägers on the behind the wall, and the 250 on the side. That's my mortar observer. So another Fallschirmjäger unit in the woods with 1 pin marker on them. The artillery is likely to come in this time. The only thing that I've now got in possible, well, I suppose the Fallschirmjägers could take a hit depending on the size of the blast marker, because it's D6 plus 6. And then the Stug's possible there, and the rest of the infantry is spread out over on this side with the mortar, the Fallschirmjägers, the officers and the snipers, who's got the 1 pin. So move into turn 3 and we'll see what comes up with that. Do you want to roll a dice there, Spike, and see what the artillery does? Two. No, it's not in for this turn.
It's delayed again.
Delayed again. First dice out is the Germans, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a shot with a Stug at the Churchill, and that is going to be a 5 again. A 4. How disappointing. Right, so the Stug has got the medium machine gun up there, and it's going to take a shot at the infantry that's in the wood. So could you have a quick measure to the MMG there? I think it's going to be over. It's over 18, isn't it?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22. So it's 4 for range, 5 for the wood, and 6 for small team. Oh, that's not so bad. So it's 1 hit. Oh, 2 hits. So I thought it was, and it is a flamethrower unit in there. So regulars.
Yes.
So 4's needed. So that's both of them dead. The next dice out was also German, so we've advanced up the 250 to shoot down the line. That's going to be within 18, isn't it?
Yes.
So I've moved 4. 4's needed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
And 4's needed again. So that's 2 and a possible exceptional. No. So 2 dead and a pin. Not liking my move with a Hanomag. The AEC has come up and is going to take the shot. Just over 30 because you take it to the turret.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. So just over 30, moved 4, long range 5, and cover with the field 6. Nope, not this time. Had a bit of luck on the last one. The British were going to move into the ruins and take up a position on the wall to be able to shoot out without hindrance, but they failed the order test with an 11 and they went down. The next dice out is German, so I'm going to take a shot with a mortar, and we're ranging in on the medium anti-tank gun, and we need a 5 this time around. A 5. So 4 crew on a bit. Is it 3 crew or 4 crew? 3 crew. I'll just get you dizzy while I get my dice out. Right, so regulars.
Yes.
So it's regulars. So it's a 4, and it's medium mortar, so it's -2. So 2's needed. So 2 dead and 1 left.
Yep.
And then just that's that. A leadership test at how many pins? 2 pins. So leadership test at leading 7s.
7 on 2 dice, yep.
Yep, 7 on 2 dice.
No.
Nope, they're gone.
I should have fired him.
So, following my success with the mortar, Spike is going to go for his, and he's going to target the Fallschirmjägers. So I'm thinking, is he likely to get another 6? And I'm going to not go down, and I'm going to rue my words.
4.
4. Phew, that was close. But they will need a 5 next turn. What we're going to do is we're going to rally the sniper, and the sniper is going to take a shot at your officer. Yeah. So I need a leadership test. He's on a 10, down to 9, back to 10 with the officer. So 9, he's passed, so that's good. Going to take a shot from there to the officer. Ignores cover and minuses, so it's going to be a 3. So that's a hit. Regular or veteran?
No, it's regular.
Regular, so a 4 needed. 3, no, just a pin. Right, finally worked it out. Everyone is firing on a 6 to hit the people who are in the woods. Is it? Moved 4. Yes. So how many have we got? 3?
Yep.
4's needed. So that's 2 more dead. Machine gun is going to take a shot at the Fallschirmjägers. It's over half range, so that's a 4. And the majority of the units are behind the ruins, so it's going to be +2. So it's going to be 6s to hit. So you've got 5 dice.
2, 3, 5.
So that's 2 possibles, and you need 5s to wound.
Nope.
Nope, nothing. So, but it's a pin. Fallschirmjägers in the wood are going to take a shot at the leftover British in the ruins. It's going to be long range 4s, hard cover 6 with the light machine guns. But it's got 1 pin at the moment, so I've got to take a leadership test to see if they will activate. 9, they're veterans, so they are 10 down to 9, and so they've passed. So 8 shots, needing 6s. 1. So needing a 4. No, but another pin. Spike's going to try and rally the British unit inside. In the last version, it would have been much more difficult, but in this one, you use the base leadership. You don't minus anything for the pins. So they're a regular unit. They're on a 9. So you need a 9 or less to rally.
9.
So you got a 9. And now it's D6 plus 1 pin markers to rally off. So stick another dice in the cup.
So
No, just 1 dice.
1 dice.
1 dice.
Yep.
And then roll that. So that's 6 and plus 1 is 7, so you can remove all 4 pins. Obviously they can't do nothing this turn, but they can respond next turn.
Can they not shoot this turn?
Can't shoot this turn, no, because they rally.
Okay. Then.
So moved up the Fallschirmjägers to the wall, and they're going to take a shot at the British, who are down, so it's 6s needing 6s. So out of all those dice, there's 1 possible. No, so nothing.